Hello guys, welcome to RC Techno Trends. Today we are going to learn a concept on IO streams. So yesterday we have seen that file output stream and file input stream, which belongs to the byte stream classes. Okay, so those are not going to have any uh, content which can be seen by the users. Okay, but today we are going to look at the classes which belongs to character stream classes, and those are file writer and file reader. Here the file writer is used to, the name suggests, it is going to write the data to the text file, and the file reader is used to read the data from the text file. So the main thing is, if it is not recommended to use the file input stream and file output stream classes, if you have to read and write any textual information into the files, okay, because they are the classes which the file input stream and file output stream are the byte stream classes which are not able to read or seen by the users directly. So in such cases we need to use the file reader and file writer classes. And there is one more warning you need to consider while using this file input stream and file output stream, as well as file writer and file reader. Okay, if you wanted to store the any information such as passwords, okay, or such as usernames and the data like related to contact details and all these things, then it is better to use file input stream and file output stream classes, because they are byte stream classes and they will not able to those files will not be able to seen by any users. Okay, so the file writer is useful to create a file writing characters into each. A file writer is meant for writing streams of characters, not bytes. For writing streams of raw bytes, consider using file output stream. File writer creates the output file if it is not present already. If you don't have any if you don't have any file with the name you have mentioned to the file writer object, file writer constructor, then if there is no file with the name, then it is going to create a new file. If there is one file already, then it is going to delete and creates it again and writes it into that file. Okay, and the file writer has two types of the constructors. The first type of constructor is going to take a parameter called string, which is the name of the file, and the second type of constructor is going to take two parameters. One parameter is the string, okay, which is a file name, and the second parameter is whether you want to append the data to the existing data or not. So when I have mentioned it as the boolean value, it will accept only two values, either true or false. When I have mentioned it as true, then whatever the data I'm going to write into that file using file writer, that the file will not be deleted and created again, but it will be opened and right at the end of the file content. Okay, and the file writer has so many methods. Okay, those methods are, one is the method to write the bytes, directly the characters. Okay, and the second type of method is going to take a character array. Third type of method is going to take a string parameter, and the fourth type of parameter is going to take a string parameter with the offset as well as the length from where you want to write, and to which till which position you want to write. Okay, and the last the main important thing is the flush. It is going to flushes the data onto the stream directly to the file. Okay, let us check out what are the other methods it has and what are the other constructors it has by checking out the package information using Java P. So Java P, Java .io file writer. Okay, so the file writer belongs to java.io package. So Java P, java.io file writer. So it is going to have the two, as I have mentioned, two constructors. Along with that, we have file writer, which is going to take a parameter file and file object, and the fourth type of the constructor is a file object along with a boolean append. and the fifth type of the constructor, it is going to have a file descriptor. And there are no methods which belongs to FileWriter, but the methods we have seen till now, write, and flash methods, this belongs to the superclass java.io.output stream writer. This is the superclass for our FileWriter class. Okay, so from that we are going to get these methods. Okay, and the program which we are going to look here is the FileWriter Demo.java, and in which we are going to create a file and we are writing some data onto that. Okay, so let us check it out. Okay, so here it is going to accept two import statements. Okay, the first statement is for io.star, which is to have the file writer class, and the next one is java.util.star, which is to use a class, scanner class. Okay, which is to read from the user the value which you want to write onto the file. And here the scanner class has been declared with the scanner system.in and the system.out.printer. It is going to ask you to enter a string. Okay, and we are reading a string into string s. Okay, with the help of a next line method. Okay, and we have opened a file myfile.dat with true. That means the boolean append has become true. That means we are going to append the data. Okay, and next file writer fw.write of s comma 4 comma 6. Okay, and writing has been successfully completed. Okay, let us check it out what it is going to do. Okay, so before that so we are going to look at this append. Okay, we will look at this latter. Okay, first we are going to look at how it is going to write onto the screen directly. Okay, system directly. Okay, fw dot write of s. Okay, all right, and writing successful, and we are not reading and showing here anything. Okay, so we are going to check it out. cd sorry E drive cd tanya.java / 080220 java c file writer demo.java. Okay, so java c file writer demo. So enter a string it is asking for. So Shaitu I'm writing. Okay, writing successfully done. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to open myfile.dat. So it has Shaitu. Okay, it has Shaitu. And again, I'm going to execute the same file. Okay, let us check it out. Right. So enter a string. So I'm going to write something like this class is used to write characters on to the given file. Okay, so writing successful. Now my file is going to contain not Chaitu. There is no Chaitu string here. This class is used to write the characters onto the given file. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the true. Okay, and I'm going to have the second type of the write method, which is fw.write of s comma. Okay, 0 comma 6. Okay, let us check it out. Java c Java enter a string Chaitu. So writing successfully done. So look here, Chaitu is there appended at the end. Okay, because I have written here the string has to be right from 0th character to 6th character. Okay, let us check it out again. Welcome to RC Techno runs. Okay, so now how many characters will be write onto the file? Only 6 characters, first 6 characters. Okay, let us check it out. Let us check it out. Look, WELCOM only, not all the lines, all the characters. How many characters I have written here? Welcome to RC Technotrend, so many lines. Okay, but here it has written only first 6 characters to onto my file. Okay, so this is the second way of writing the content onto the file. Okay, the characters from the specified characters from the given string, and this fw.write is going to write entire string onto the screen, and this for loop I have used for writing the characters. Okay, by using the characters, look here, character string, I have character or a string. So for that purpose I have here the caret of I have taken. Okay, so like that my file writer can be used to write the data onto the files. Okay, so here I can see the output directly on in my file, but in the previous example, file input stream and file output stream, I'm not able to see what I have written onto the screen, as well as with my serialization and deserialization. There also I'm using file input stream and file output stream. There I'm going to use the byte stream only. So there also I'm not able to see what kind of data I have written, what data I have written onto file, because they are going to convert the data, the characters are integer or float or double, into bytes, and that bytes will be written onto my file. So that's why I'm not able to see what is the content of my file from the file explorer directly. But using FileWriter, I can directly read the data from my file, because they are writing in the form of characters onto my file. So this is the main advantage, main difference between the file in byte stream and character stream classes. And this byte and along with this, file input stream and FileWriter is the best main difference between these two classes. Okay, so next file reader. So we have written the data onto the file. Now we are going to read the data onto the file. Okay, using a class, file reader class, which belongs to the character stream again. So the file reader is used to read the data in the form of characters from a text file. This class will inherit from the input stream reader class. File reader is meant for reading streams of characters. For reading streams of raw bytes, consider using a file input stream. Okay, so the constructor for having file reader is new string file name. Okay, so the methods which I have here are read, okay, and read, close, skip. The read methods are going to return int value. Okay, the characters, how many characters it has read from the file when I have used the read method. Okay, and it's going to throw an IO exception. Okay, so when there is no data to read from the file, it is going to return -1. Okay, so whenever it is going to have a file, it is going to return 1 or 2 or something of the length of the file. Okay, and it is going to we are going to have a close function which is going to throw an IO exception, and the skip is going to skip the position, number of positions to be skipped and read from the file. Okay, and this is the file reader demo.java, which is an example for our file reader class to use, and the same myfile.dat will be used to read in from the file. Okay, so I'm opening this one, and here file reader I have, and I have mentioned it as null, and ch I have taken, it is going to return a character, so that integers. Okay, and I want to convert this to characters, so that's why I have mentioned it as actually I'm reading the character ASCII value of the character integer, so I'm going to use that one to print my characters onto the screen. Okay, and f for file reader is equal to new file reader of my file.dat as there in my file.dat in my FileWriter Demo. Okay, and so while ch is equal to f for dot read not equal to -1, until and unless there is a character under my cursor. So it is going to continue the while loop, and it is going to read in the value and store it into ch integer ch, and it is going to print with the help of a char conversion. Okay, and it is going to print onto the screen. Let us check it out. Okay, so java c file reader dot java. Okay, and I'm going to have java file reader demo, and it is going to display this class is used to write characters onto the given file dot chaitu welcome. So like this, I'm going to have the file reader class to read in any file. Okay, so instead of having this one, can I use file writer demo dot java? What it is going to do now, it is going to read the data from the FileWriter Demo dot java, and it is going to display on the screen. Okay, let me check. Okay, so java file reader demo, so it is going to display file writer demo class as it is. If there is a new line character, it is going to display new line character. If there is a tab space, okay, it is going to display tab space. Okay, if there is a space, it is going to display space, as just like a this is just like editors we are going to use for opening any file. Okay, so the same file reader demo, the file reader class is used to open any file, but it can be acceptable to edit anything. Okay, so this is the main importance of the file reader demo. Okay guys, so this is a console class. The Java console class is we use it to get input from console. It provides methods to read text as well as passwords. If you want to read in the password from the console, that means command line input, okay, then you need to use this console class. This is very if you read a password using console class, it will not be displayed to the user. The java.io.console class is attached with system console internally. The console class is introduced since 1.5, Java 1.5. Okay, let us see an example to read text from the console. Okay, so let us move on to the example here. Okay, next we will move on to the right directly here. Okay, so this is what we are going to have: import java.io.console. Okay, so it belongs to the java.io package, and we are going to reading the string from the user. Okay, so console c is equal to new system.console. Okay, system.console. There is no constructor for console class. Okay, you can directly get it from the system class of java.lang package, which has a java.in, java.out, system.in, system.out variables. We have a method called console also. It is going to point to your command line input. Okay, so there you are going to ask for system.out.println, enter your name, and here we are going to have a method called read line method, which is going to read a new line from the user, and it is going to be stored into a string variable, and later we are going to printing onto the console directly. Okay, so let us execute this one. Okay, so java c read test read string test.java. Okay, so here I have next java space. I'm going to execute it. So it is going to ask me enter your name. So I have entered my name. Okay, welcome check. It is mentioning my welcome message to me. Okay, so like this, I'm going to have the console class to read in from the user. Okay, let us move on to the console class. Okay, so you have to instantiate the console class. We can use the following syntax, like system.console directly we can use, or we can directly mention like this also. Okay, so instead of having this one, okay, what I'm going to do, system.console dot read line, I can use like this also. Okay, directly. So java c read string test.java. So enter your name. So I'm entering my name and it is going to display message over there. So no need to have this console C object also. Directly you can have system.console.readline. But if you want to read a n number of variables from the user, then it is a problem for us because we need to write every time this one. So for that purpose, what we are going to do, we are not going to use like this. We are going to use a variable object for console, and we are going to use that console over here, right? So next we are going to have some methods. Okay, the first one is reader method, so retrieves the reader object associated with the console. Okay, and next the readline method. Okay, so here it is going to use it to read a single line of text from the console. Okay, and next we have one more method called read password. It is going to read a password that is not being displayed on the console. And we have one more method called format. So it is going to format some out it is going to format the text in the given format. Okay, so we are going to give the format like this. Okay, so I can, if I want to display, okay, so if I wanted to display like this, the output should be like this. Okay, so first I should have a name, okay, followed by some 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 character space. Then I want to display my age. Okay, and then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Then I want to display my address. Okay, so like this I can format my output. And when I have used this format, this is going to be mentioned just like this. Okay, so this is a string I can have. Okay, and I can mention as a string like percentile 1 is nothing but when I'm going to mention it as percentile 1. So the first parameter I have mentioned, the argument, first argument I need to mention. Okay, I need to mention at the first position, followed by hash 8 characters. Okay, followed by percentile 2, followed by hash 8 characters, followed by percentile 3. So the first percentile 1 is the parameter 1 name, percentile 2 is the parameter age, percentile t is the parameter address. So like this I can mention the format over there. Okay, and I can use that one to format my output on my console. And the last method we have is flush method, which is going to flush the console. And here I have shown you read string test already. Okay, and in the read string test we have one more read string test. Okay, let us check it out, the second method of read string test. So instead of having system.out.println, okay, enter your name. Okay, I can directly mention that enter your name along with the readline object directly, along with the readline method within the readline method directly. So let us check it out. So Java C read string test 1.java. Okay, so I have read string test 1. So now it is going to ask me to enter username, directly enter your name, and I have entered and it is going to show me. There is no other instruction to print it onto the console. Okay, I can directly do with the help of console.readline method. So this is the method. This is the method which is going to include input, output as well as input. Output as well as input. It is showing in output first, enter your name, and later it is reading username input and storing it onto the string variable. Okay, so like this I'm going to have the reading the strings from the user. Okay, and next I have one more type of the method called read password. Okay, so that is used to reading the password from the user. Okay, so I have the same console, enter your password. Okay, and instead of string s I have taken a character array, and I'm going to have the c dot read password. Okay, and next string pass is equal to string dot value of ch. Okay, and now I'm going to printing that directly over here. Okay, let us check it out. Java C read password test.java. Okay, and I'm going to execute h. Okay, enter password. So I'm entering my password. Are you able to see that password? No, you can, because this is the main advantage of the console class. When you want to read in the password using console from the user, then you need to use this console class, because whenever you are going to enter the password, it is not visible to the user and the cursor will not move from the current position, but it is going to store that value into the given variable, and it can be displayed directly if you want, or you can use that one as according to your wish. Let us check it out. Instead of having system.out.println, okay, I'm going to mention if pass dot equals ignore case of Chaitu, then I want to display a message to the user that logged in successfully. Right, let us check it out. Java C, okay, Java read password, okay, Chaitu, so logged in successfully. Else login failed. Java C, okay, I'm entering something and login failed. And when I'm going to enter the correct, okay, so then it is going to say logged in successfully. This is the main advantage of the console class. Okay, you can read in the password from the user by using the console from the console. Okay, and that password cannot be shown to the user. Okay, and the next one is I have the same way password test. Okay, instead of having this system.out.println, okay, I can mention here directly. Let us check it out. Let us show you. Okay, so this one, enter password. Okay, so I'm compiling it and I'm executing it, and I'm going to enter, so logged in successfully. So the read line and read password methods are the combination of input and output. So output and input. Okay, so this is about the console class, and I have one more method example called format method example. Okay, so here the format can be done. Look here, %1, okay, $4 strings, okay, %2 followed by $10 strings, okay, %3 followed by $10 strings, 10 characters, and %n new line every time. So, and I'm going to use the call console, okay, call data format string fmt comma student comma 34 comma 5, the first line. Okay, and then fmt opc comma 2 comma 50, okay, and java 3 comma 30, and so on, so on, so on. Right, let us execute that one. Java C format example.java, okay, and I'm executing h. Okay, and here student 34s 34 5 opc 250 java 330, and so on, so on, so on. Like this I can have my format method to be used, and here the format should be mentioned with the help of percentile as well as the dollar symbols, and this percentile n is nothing but a new line, a new line. Okay, right, so this is about the console class. This is about the console class. Okay, Next topic. The next topic is generics. Okay, so the generic programming. What is meant by generic? What is meant by generic? The general type, or the general which can be used for any type of the specification. Okay, so the Java generics programming is introduced in J2SE5 to deal with type safe objects. It makes the code stable by detecting the bugs at a compile time. So the Java generics are used to make our code the stable by detecting the bugs at the compile time itself. And this is the this is going to deal with the type safe objects. The type safe objects are nothing but, so if I want to, for example, I'm going to have marks. Okay, then the marks are directly I can say those marks are integer data type perfectly. Okay, but whenever I want to have mention and off, okay, out of 20 you got 11 and off, okay, and 13 and off, 15 and off, okay, then I want to make them as to float because I don't want to lose the precision. But there are no, in from 60 students, for 60 students I don't have any 0.5 and all these things, okay, then I can use integer as my class, okay, as my type. So in such cases I need to find out what kind of the data type I want to store into that variable. I can specify at the runtime by using this generic programming. Before generics, we can store any type of objects in the collection that is non-generic. Now generics force the Java programmer to store a specific type of objects only. Okay, specific type of objects only. If I have mentioned this class, this class is going to use string data type, then you need to enter only string data type. Okay, or I can, if I have mentioned this class is going to use only integer, then I can use only integer data type. The specified data type can only be used by the users at the runtime or throughout the program. Okay, so this is the main intention of the generics programming in Java. Okay, so advantages of Java generics are, there are three advantages over on using generics in Java. Okay, they are, the first one is type safety, second one is typecasting is not required, third one is compile time checking. Okay, the first one, type safety. Okay, as I have already told, if I wanted to store the data of only employee into my class, then the employee data can only be stored. If my employee class is having salary, username, age, address, and salary, and my student data is having student class is having name, age, address, but not salary, they have marks. Okay, then I wanted to create a new class which can be used to store only the data of employee. Then I can only store the data of employee into the new class, but not the student. This new class will not accept to take the value marks into store to my class. Okay, and typecasting is not required. Okay, whenever if I have mentioned already that class belongs to employee class, okay, then there is no need to casting the object to the defined object. Okay, and compile time checking, so it is going to check at the compile time whether you are storing it whether you are storing the data in the form of the specified type or not. If there is any problem, then it is going to directly says the type is mismatching. Okay, so these are the main three advantages of generics in Java. Okay, so we are going to look at a program, Java generics demo.java. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is I'm going to mention I'm going to have a class called gen, okay, generic class, which has a T as the generic type. Okay, and I can store the value, okay, of t into my class, okay, with the help of a constructor. This dot val is equal to val, and I am going to display the value along with the class type of the value. Okay, so here I'm going to have a table value and type, okay, and it is going to display like generic integer. Okay, first it is going to take an integer value, integer type, okay, so 100, so it is going to display 100 and integer, and next double, so 100.98, so it is going to display 100.98 and double, okay, and so on, so on, so on. Along with that, I can have a generic type also, generic, the new class also I can have. Let us check it out once. Let us check it out once. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to execute this one, right? So Java C generic demo.java. Okay, so Java generic demo. So look here, 100 is the type of java.lang.integer. Okay, 100.98 is the type of java.lang.double. Hello is the type of java.lang.string. Okay, and true is the java.lang.boolean. 98.97 is the java.lang.float, and a is java.lang.character, and generic, an object of the generic class, the main class, the generic class, gen at the rate 15 dbs 9742. This is the id which has for generic. Okay, and the type is generic, and the generic demo which has a main method, which has a main method here. So the generic demo at the rate some id colon generic demo is the type of the generic demo object. Okay, so like this I can have. Okay, so when I wanted to perform this type of the thing here, when I wanted to perform this type of the thing here, okay, so I need to have one first step, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, seventh, eighth, and eight methods I wanted to have. Okay, and eight methods. Along with the methods, only one constructor, but the constructor I don't have here. What it is going to have here? I'm going to have a default constructor, but I'm going to have init, okay, which is going to have a void int val. Okay, so I'm going to have here int, okay, and I'm not going to have here g. Okay, so now I can have this dot val equal to val. Okay, and next if I want to store string value, then string val1. Okay, and again I need to have a method called init string. Okay, and here I'm going to have string, and this dot val1 is equal to val1, and so on for different 8 types. But here I have only one constructor and one variable and one method. That much, only that much, because here what I'm doing here is till now we have seen method overloading and constructor overloading, but here we are overloading the class, okay, with the help of the generics in our Java, right? This is the end of the ending topic of the IO strings. Okay, so we are going to move on to the next session from the next class onwards. Okay, thank you very much, guys.